In this video we'll take a look at some of the most anticipated Quest games coming in 2022. Welcome back to the VRC for your dose of VR and cool technology. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell if you love that kind of stuff. So 2021 has been a great year for the Quest 2 when it comes to big games being released, and 2022 should only get better. Before we begin, I'd like to thank the sponsors of this video, Puzzling Places, which is actually a game that's already out for the Quest and now for the PSVR as well. Puzzling Places is a proper chilled out VR experience where real places and scenes have been ripped apart and made into a jigsaw that you have to put together again. Once you've done that, you get to marvel at your creation as the scenes are incredibly detailed and you can even go and have a look inside sometimes. It's an amazing idea and an incredibly cool game. But no need to take my word for it, go to check out the reviews on the Oculus store where Puzzling Places averages very close to a full 5 stars. They're also running a Gleam giveaway where you can win a Quest 2 as well as a Kiwi Elite strap and an Asterion Aura, which is a really cool Quest 2 charging stand with LED lighting. You'll also get a free copy of the brilliant Puzzling Places. There's multiple ways to enter to increase your chance of winning the bundle, and you can get an extra chance of winning by inputting the code VRCauldron. Check out the link below to enter the competition and search Puzzling Places on the Quest store to check out the game. You might need to do that there. Yeah! You did one? How'd you feel?
That's the hardest one.
How'd you feel there?
I feel so sweaty!
And is VR, where you get to step into the shoes of Leslie Knope and build, plan and run your very own city. Okay, this isn't anything to do with Parks and Rec, but if you ever loved SimCity and wanted to walk around like you were Godzilla, well now you can. And if you're one of those annoying micromanagers, then you can micromanage your own city in your own home and provide healthcare and education to your digital citizens. Awesome! Number 3 is Ultra Wings 2, the sequel to one of the oldest VR games. You guessed it, Ultra Wings. The original consisted of flying, of course, but with lots of little mini games. The sequel is promising to be more of the same, but bigger and better. And luckily, this is a computer game and not a film, so bigger and better should always mean it'll be good. There'll be more aircraft, including a helicopter, you know, the aircraft that doesn't actually have any wings, and there'll be brand new islands, and they'll be a lot bigger than the ones in the original game. That'll give Faith Hill something to sing about.
In my dreams I'll always see you soar above the sky.
Number 4 on the list is Ultimex. This is a mech game. Now, mech games, I would have thought, were a match made in heaven for VR, and there has been a few of them for PC VR, but none have been successful on the Quest. In fact, I'm pretty sure there hasn't been one on the Quest. Well, now there is. From Resolution Games, the experts behind Demio, comes a futuristic sport where pilots battle it out in giant mechs. Just like in that film Robot Jocks that you've never heard of, that featured the guy from the TV series of Alien Nation, that other film that you never heard of. Let me know in the comments if you did see them. But anyway, the game looks like it could be a lot of fun. In at 5 we've got LON, which when I revisited my list I thought I'd accidentally deleted the title, but no, it's actually called LON and is set in the year 2128, which means one of two things. It's either going to be a post-apocalyptic wasteland like Mad Max or a dystopian cyberpunk world. Well, it's already on screen so you can see which one it is, and it looks great. It's a story-based first-person action puzzler with full physics. You take the role of LON, who is a badass bounty hunter. Well, that is if you're any good at the game. We've been needing a Quest VR version of that 2D cyberpunk game that I forget the title of, so if you love your cyberpunk cities, then this will be right up your dark but neon alley. The 6th game on our list is actually another cyberpunk game. It seems cyberpunk games are like buses. Sit down on an empty bus and the big stinky guy chooses the seat next to you. Hang on, that's not what I meant. Everything I said about the last game, I could say again about this game, so I won't repeat myself. I'll just let you see a bit more, whilst I tell you that I've just released a book on Amazon. I won't go into the plot right now, but if you're interested, read about it in the description below. It even has its own original soundtrack. That's right, a book with a soundtrack. Doesn't that sound amazing? So, game number 7 is Thrill of the Fight 2, which I really hope is coming out in 2022. They've been working on it for some time now, so fingers crossed. What is it though, I hear you ask? Well, it's the sequel to the best boxing game on the Quest, Thrill of the Fight. Thrill of the Fight 2 promises to basically be just as good as the original, but with better graphics and lots more gameplay options. We're also holding out for a 2-player mode too. If you haven't tried the first game yet, you should definitely get it. It's really cheap and one hell of a workout. Great for those New Year resolutioners that can't be bothered to go to the gym. And number 8 is Green Hell VR, which is a survival game that looks a lot like The Forest. That's a survival game set in a forest. I don't think the game actually looks like a forest. Because of course, Green Hell is set in a jungle, where you'll be stranded and you'll have to gather resources to help you fight off nasty, threatening types. The game will also have a co-op mode, so you can bring a buddy for double the fun. Number 9 is that game with the little blue and red characters called Among Us, a kind of detective game set in space. Most of the players need to prep their ship ready for takeoff, but unfortunately there's some players who just want to kill everyone. It's Among Us, but in VR. I mean, you could just play Trouble in Terrorist Town in Pavlov VR.
The detective tries to find out who the traitors are.
So I've got to pretend that I'm on your team.
But if you love Among Us and really need to play it in VR, well, it's coming. Sounds sus to me. And at number 10, we have our first MMO on the list. That's a massively multiplayer online game. And if it's any good, you should worry, because you might never see the outside world again. It's called Zenith, The Last City, and looks to have all the ingredients a successful MMO needs. You've got your guilds, parties, epic raids, world events, crafting, fighting, all in a really nice looking anime inspired package. Remember the name? It could be the game that all the kids are talking about. Or it could be Alicia, another MMO in at number 11. That's right, it's Armageddon and Deep Impact all over again. Set in the magical world of Alicia, it's very much like the cyberpunk situation we had up there, where I describe it exactly like the last game on the list, only it's not anime or futuristic, it's more fantasy style, and there's caves, dungeons, and massive building-sized bosses known as Guardians. So which of Zenith or Alicia will be more successful? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And for the last 3 games, we have the big franchises. Number 12 is Splinter Cell, the stealthy shooter from Ubisoft. So hopefully we're going to see lots of sneaking about, special cameras and stealthy takedowns, but all in glorious virtual reality with motion controlled movements. If they manage to pull it off, it could be amazing. Number 13 is Assassin's Creed, another Ubisoft game that's being made from the ground up for VR. At least I hope it's from the ground up and not just the first game in VR. Otherwise, expect a lot of climbing buildings, looking around, jumping into hay, killing, rinsing and repeating. I'm sure it'll be better than that though, since it is 2022 after all. I do wonder if they'll include the bartender bits though, as somehow that would make a lot of sense in VR. And finally, the last game on our list is from the biggest gaming franchise of all, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. That's right, the most beloved of the GTA games, and incidentally, the one I only ever played one mission of, is being rebuilt for VR. Looking at screenshots, it might not seem very impressive considering it's a very old game, but if ports of classics like Return to Castle Wolfenstein and Resident Evil 4 are anything to go by, San Andreas could be amazing, because VR will bring a whole new dimension to the game, and we are talking about one of the best reviewed games ever. Like literally ever. I still don't know why I stopped playing it. I don't know, maybe I discovered... And that brings us to the end of our list of Quest games to look out for in 2022. This is by no means an exhaustive list, so let us know in the comments if there's a game that I didn't mention that you're really excited about, or which game from my list you really can't wait for. Let us know. This will be our last video of 2021, so I hope you've had a great Christmas and a good year in general, despite all the stuff that's going on in the world right now. If 2021 hasn't been great for you, then I really hope that 2022 gives you everything that you need. Thanks again to everyone who got this far, which is literally everyone who heard me say that. You are the people who help videos get pushed out by YouTube, giving me that nice long watch time, so I thank you. If you did find the video helpful, then do please hit that thumbs up button. I hope you have a fantastic new year. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time. See ya!